English middleweight title gets underway. Linus Udofia wearing the black with pink, and Tyler Denny in
black and grey.
Black and grey, it looks like from here. Denny received a raucous boo from the Udofia fans, and you said you don't like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not keen on the boo, to be fair. It's just not very sportsmanlike, is it? But it happens, it's boxing. I'd rather people didn't. I mean, we all put our lives on the line in there, so everyone should be applauded, I believe.
Do you think it's a bit pantomime though?
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
it's serious booing. If he comes and sparks Linus out, there'll be respect for what he's done.
But everybody will still boo at the big bad wolf. That's what always happens, mate. Very pantomime.
Well, let's see what these two guys offer. I mean, what do you know of Denny and Linus?
I haven't seen Denny. I've read his record and I've seen a few bits and pieces with regards to who he's beat and stuff. He's not a bad boxer. We can see straight away that he's in the southpaw stance, which will create and pose a few more problems for Linus, but it shouldn't be nothing that Linus hasn't seen so far. Linus, I know him as a bloke, he's a really nice guy. So far, there's nothing you can complain about. He's done everything I asked of him. And I think the start of this round here, Linus is sort of getting the feel for the fight, trying to establish the jab and working out what he's got in front of him.
Yeah, he does that, Linus. He takes a look and he figures the opponents out very quickly. And I mean, he's almost like he doesn't have a style because he just adapts to what's in front of him.
Best way to be. You've got to be a good top level fighter. You've got to be adaptable. You've got to be adaptable. You've got to be able to deal with whatever's put in front of you by any means.
Well, we will see what he does adapt to, what he does do, because I can't remember seeing him fight a southpaw, Linus.
I can't remember off the top of my head. No, I don't think he has. I'm not sure, he might have, but it's not something that's common knowledge. And maybe that's what is giving Linus, he's taking a bit of time in this opening round, and I do wonder whether it's to adjust to that southpaw style. But Denny's letting him go. Denny's come here with a very positive start.
Tries to let him go on the ropes there, but a dip and a step, and Linus is out of the way.
Looking like a very 50-50 fight at the minute. I mean, both lads can clearly box.
You do wonder whether Denny's lack of power might be an issue. He's 12 wins, I believe 1 loss and 2 draws, and he's never stopped anyone.
That doesn't necessarily, obviously being in the game myself, I know that doesn't necessarily mean lack of power. It can just be, he hasn't landed that clean shot. I mean, it's not unusual for that to happen. People, for example, knock Josh Warrington for not having any power, and he can punch. He can really punch.
As he's had more time to dedicate to the game. And of course, you know, that could be the case with Denny. People don't realise even guys fighting at English level are have a day job.
Oh, of course. It's a hard job, mate. This is a hard game to be in, and I think it's very important to have people like the role that I've now fell into of. I'd call myself an in-ring teacher. I'll teach people on the job as it's happening, and I wish I had somebody like me to do that for me when I started out. It really, really helps, and it opens people's eyes a little bit as well.
I think we'll see a lot more from Linus in this round.
I think we've got to. He's had a round to have a little look, see what he's about. Denny looks very comfortable.
Is it easy in these title fights to sort of take too long doing that and let the fight slip away from you?
I wouldn't say it's easy. It's easy for it to happen, but it does happen. Like you say, I've boxed for the English title twice against Josh Warrington and Isaac Lowe, and both times Isaac Lowe started very fast when I boxed him, and I'd lost the first 3 or 4 rounds, and then I walked back into it, and it was ending up a really good fight.
Well, here we go. We said Linus might up his level at this round, and so far he has done. He's fast, upstairs, downstairs with the jab. It's that tuck. He goes into a sort of Philly shell, Linus. It's beautiful to watch. I really, really like watching Udofia box.
He's established that jab a bit more.
That was a wrestling move.
That was Linus's way of showing his opponent that he's strong, letting him know that he's macho, he's a man, which is good. And he's establishing that jab now. You can see that he's firing that orthodox jab over the southpaw lead shoulder, and he's making connection a lot more often this round, which is a great start for Linus.
Just walked him onto an uppercut down the middle there as well.
Denny, a lot quieter this round. You can see that he's having to think about it now. Maybe he's felt a little bit of power from Linus, and he's as soon as I say it, he opens up.
Commentator's curse, that's called, Jamie.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, and Linus takes the front foot, and Denny's against the ropes, not in trouble though at all. Started off very technical this fight, but I think it'll open up. And
yeah, I think we're in for a little bit of a barnstormer, and it's, I mean, already round 2, things are starting to catch fire. So. Although first round, I said that Linus looked like he was troubled by that southpaw style, or at least overthinking it. Now he looks completely unfazed. He's jabbing over the lead hand of the southpaw. He looks very comfortable in there, very comfortable.
He's getting his left foot on the outside as well, largely, and it is important. I say that, and then he goes inside it. But that is important, isn't it? The
commentator's curse, that's good.
Thanks, Jamie.
There's no problem, mate.
Just explain how important that is, the footwork, when you're fighting a southpaw.
I think it's something that's subject to what you've been taught. I mean, I teach people not to do that, because 9 times out of 10, a lot of fighters, they'll concentrate so much on having that foot on the outside, they forget what's coming at the head. So you're soaking up shots because you're paying too much attention to your feet. Right. Linus clearly has been doing that a long time for a southpaw, even though now you see he is on the inside, but he's trying to step left, step left, step left.
Yeah.
I try to, when you fight southpaws, I step left. So as I throw the jab, I step off to the left to get the backhand down the middle, if you know what I mean. So it's called step punching. But yeah, it can be, if you've been taught that way, it's very important.
How are you seeing that round?
Linus. Yeah, I'll give Linus
one apiece. What have we got? 8 more to go.
8 to go. 1 apiece so far. Here we go, start of the third.
Do you see this going the distance?
I think it's a very hard question to ask me now, because it's not caught fire yet, is it? So we don't know. Nobody's really thrown any big shots, so we don't know who's going to be able to take him and who's not. I think they've both got a feel for each other now. They've both felt a little bit of power, and here we go. It's starting to catch a light. Round 3.
And starting to get let loose. Yes, I was trying to trap you in some pure speculation there, Jamie. So
yeah, I don't do speculation. Speculate to accumulate, mate.
Empirical evidence only. Right. Linus just taking the front foot.
Got caught then, Linus.
He's certainly aware that Denny's there, isn't he? He's
yeah,
He's not nonchalant, thinking he can just walk through him. Not yet, anyway. Lands a lead left hand jab there. Linus gets out of the way of the backhand left.
I still feel like they're in the feeling out stage. You know, there's a lot of dead. I call it, what is it called? Dead. It's just dead in the middle there. There's a lot of standing, looking, trying to weigh each other up, looking at the gaps. Dead spots. There's a lot of dead spots at the minute. At the start of the round, it really took fire, and then it's gone back again.
Yeah, once I suppose they need to see a bit of everything that the other person does: attack, defend, move.
See, they're very clever people, us fighters. It's not just a case of swinging your hands around.
It certainly isn't. Anyone who's even got in and sparred can tell you how hard it is.
Even more so, if you've never boxed and you go in with a pro fighter, it shows you the level and you go, Jesus, it's a hard game.
I've been sat in more than one crowd with, I mean, obviously I'm a fan. I couldn't box, tried it, terrible.
I'm a fan.
Well, I realise that, but you sit in the crowd sometimes and there's these guys and they're going, I could beat this guy. I could beat this guy. No, you couldn't.
Oh, good shot from Linus there. Lovely backhand down the middle. The best shot to throw for a southpaw. Stepped to your left, took the backhand through.
Slip that left there as well, beautifully, Linus.
I feel like Denny's struggling with this a little bit.
Off there, yeah.
Just the defensive mode. He didn't go into a defensive mode where he's looking for a counter. He tucked up into a little ball, and I feel like maybe Linus's power has been felt by Denny, and he's a little bit weary of it.
He's got 7 stoppages out of his 14 wins, Linus. No defeats, obviously. He did have he stopped Darren Cardona for the Southern Area title, which he then dropped to step up for this fight. And he had a war with Eric Nwankwo last year. Yeah. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't, mate, no. He's not a bad fighter, Udofia. He's a good fighter, and the biggest thing, his early stage career, he's had 14 fights. He's a baby in boxing terms.
Yeah.
He's very patient. Very patient. You can see how patient he's being. Yeah. He's drawing the leads, he's having a look at him, and I think that's very important to becoming the full package. Steve looking nervously on down there. Look. He hates it, Steve.
Where would you rate... Steve's got a big stable. Where would you rate Linus in that stable, as in terms of prospects?
He's got to sit somewhere near the top, hasn't he? He's got to. He's the one that Steve seems to be pushing on, because Steve himself obviously sees something in Linus. I know they get on great. Steve's a good bloke. He gets on with everybody.
And there's obviously a David Hay connection in there as well.
Yeah, of course there is. Yeah, and Linus has done well to get under that banner, and long may it continue. It's good for Steve. It's good for Goodwin boxing. So
absolutely, it's good for small hall boxing. People
very good.
Coming to York Hall to see a fighter like Linus, sometimes and this was, the greatest of respect to all the fighters. Sometimes you go on top of the bill. It's 2 fighters who, let's say, aren't going to maybe go as far as Linus is going to go.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to come and see this.
I mean, that being said, this show tonight, there's no reason why that shouldn't be on TV. There's been TV shows a lot worse than
100%.
this. Damn sight worse.
3 English titles and a Southern Area title. Quite a few crossroad, Jumane Camaro and Justin Menzies.
Exactly, some great fights.
Guys with winning records fighting one another.
This is what I mean. When you've got a card with 50-50 records across the board, how can you not? That's what people pay for. And Steve's doing a good job, a very good job. And, like I said before, long may it continue. Tyler looking a little bit more busy this round. He's moving his head a lot more. But while he's doing so, his hands are falling loose. He's leaving a lot of gaps. And Linus is trying to stab back jabbing.
Nearly walked onto a right hand there, Linus.
Left hand, southpaw.
No, sorry, Linus nearly walked.
Yeah, he walked onto a left hand.
Oh.
Southpaw, come on.
No, Linus nearly walked him onto his right hand.
Oh, right, okay, okay. We're going to argue.
We're getting mixed up on our left and rights as well up here in the commentary booth. It's quite big for a middleweight, Linus, I always think.
He is big, yeah, he is big. Which makes me think how he made the weight below.
Did he make the weight? Did he make super welter?
I think he
used to.
Well, no, I thought he'd know. He hasn't moved up, has he? He's been pro a few years now. He probably has moved
2016
up. He might have moved up. But yeah, he's a big lad. He's a muscular lad, isn't he?
Yeah, lovely uppercut there. Tyler Denny was tucked up for it, but it looked like it still hurt. Fought 6 times last year, Linus.
It's good.
For a prospect. That's what you want, isn't it?
That's what you want. If you're a prospect and you're going to do anything, you need to be active.
Goes to put his foot down in the corner. Denny sagging into those ropes.
I sense that Linus can taste blood here. He's starting to let his hands go a little bit.
He stood in the pocket and ate a couple of right-hand hooks.
Denny proving now that he's not going to be pushed over. He's still letting his hands go, still throwing some big fierce shots. So.
Good, that's what we want.
He is looking tired though, I must say. Body language.
Linus has just switched stances. And back again. Well, how'd you score that round?
Honestly, I thought it was a really hard round to score. I say they both had their moments. I say Linus Udofia was more consistent in the round. So for that alone, I will score it to Linus Udofia. But a tight round. They both had good parts. Come on then, Adam, let me hear you sing.
I thought Matchroom had copyright on Sweet Caroline.
Well, if they do, Steve could be in trouble. both starting behind the jab this round, both still having a look at each other. Linus on the front foot trying to close the ring down. Denny, you've got to admire Denny for on the back foot fighting. He's managed to find some sneaky little shots, little screw shots up the middle and uppercuts on Linus's approach. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get him some rounds or to get him the fight, but he's certainly trying it.
It's an interesting one to watch. I can't take my eyes off it. It feels like someone's going to land a big punch at some point, and it's just going to descend into.
That's boxing, isn't it, in general? But as you move
well,
up,
of course, but you get those fights where you've just got that air of something's about to happen.
And as you move up the weights towards this weight and above, people do start to whack, and the punches tend to do a bit more damage. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it could very well happen.
Yeah, one of the best English title fights I've ever seen was for the super middleweight between Darryl Williams and Jermaine Smile.
Oh, yeah, brilliant fight.
Oh, wow! Linus had his chin tested there. 2 straight lefts down the middle from Tyler Denny.
And a big swinging backhand as well. Clean on the side of the face. Tyler's doing well to tee off, but credit to Linus Udofia, he's still tucking up, staying cute, keeping his wits about him.
Well, I said I thought something was coming. How's that for commentator's curse?
Better than the last one we had, wasn't it?
Right, here we go, Linus. Oh, and another one gets through off the back foot from Tyler Denny. Udofia starting to fight fire with fire, though. Shifts him off with his shoulder. Sticks Tyler Denny in the corner and lets his hands go.
Big shots going in there, some big shots. Both lads letting their hands go. Back and forth, it's back and forth.
This is great stuff to watch. Well, that had been all Tyler Denny, the start of the round.
It's another similar round to the last one where I said they're both having their spells, and now Linus is pushing, Tyler's been pushing up till now.
Oh,
good shot there.
Yeah, lovely little shot off the rope.
This has turned into a proper little bar.
Every time they start exchanging, though, each time they exchange, it's with more menace.
Yeah. Because as the fight's pushing on, they're getting more and more desperate. They know they've only got X amount of rounds to make a difference.
Lovely uppercut down the middle. Denny looked like he thought that was
good shots. A great round. A great round that. Another hard round to score. I'm struggling with that round. I'm probably going to have to say I'd have to go with a draw that round, because they both played an equal part. They both were on the front foot at some point, both landing shots and throwing lots of shots, so I'd really struggle to pull that apart.
It was a very even round, with certainly a lot more power being put into the punches than in previous stanzas. Here we go, second half of the fight. Nice wide stance from Denny there.
Denny definitely the more mobile of the two fighters. He's trying to use his mobility to find gaps and create problems for Linus. Linus the more solid fighter.
That uppercut down the... Sorry.
No problem. He's planting his feet and he's trying to let his shots be felt. You can see that Linus is he's trying to hurt. He's trying to be a bit of a menace.
He has snapped Linus's head back a few times.
He has. And this is turning into a real good fight. And it's starting to take
him up there.
Yeah, it's starting to take the old boxer versus fighter sort of role, where with Denny trying to box and run, Linus trying to be on the front foot and show him who's the boss.
Well, they're trying to outman each other, aren't they, with the shoves, and been a few of those.
Good body shot there from Linus. Oh, snap the head back with the right hand. I think Denny's going to go here. I thought he was going to take a knee there, and he looked a bit soft.
Clinging on. Long time left in the round. He's very composed, Linus, isn't he? Even when he was under fire in the last round, he didn't.
Yeah, he is.
Ever look at remotely worried.
Yeah, it's I think as he's progressing in his career, his maturity levels are rising. Do you know what I mean? It takes a mature fighter to know you're in a bit of trouble and hold yourself together, get through it, and start rebuilding your form. He's a very mature fighter, and he's doing very well. But this is a seriously good fight.
Yeah, it's opening up into something a bit special. Been treated to a few of those tonight, and there could well be another one on the way.
I enjoyed the Liam Dillon versus Yusuf Kamari fight. I thought that was a barnstormer.
Unbelievably good fight.
Although I don't agree with the scoring.
Yes, I heard your scoring.
I don't agree with the scoring, but it was a great fight to watch.
But what can you say when you've got 3 judges and every single one of them saw it differently, and then you and Martin up here saw it differently again?
Yeah.
So it's just one of those fights.
That is the beauty of boxing.
Absolutely, subjectivity. Linus working the body quite a lot.
I think Denny's looking tired now. Even look at his body language, the way that he's sort of slumping around the ring. It's like he's tired. See them feet coming together,
leaning forward.
Yeah, I feel
swaying.
Like either he's been caught and he's been out a bit to the body, he's short of breath, or he is tired. Linus still looking very sprightly, working behind the jab, trying to tee him up.
Ooh, bit of afters.
Yeah, a little bit of something there. I'd say that's a Linus round for me again.
Yeah, clear. I would have said that was quite clear, that one. Who's the best you've been in with?
The best fighter I've been in with?
Yep.
Joe Cordina, by a country mile. In a fight. Skill and ability wise, he's by far the best. Obviously, accolade wise, it's Josh Warrington, the IBF champion of the world.
Cordina's still got time there, hasn't he?
Oh, Cordina's a great fighter, mate. Great fighter, bags of talent, and he's always about 3 or 4 steps ahead of me, which was quite frustrating. And I'm quite a clever boxer.
I imagine, yeah, very demoralising. He's getting trapped in those corners a little bit more than he was, Tyler Denny.
Yeah, I think it's back to what we said last round, where he's starting to look tired and a bit ragged, and he doesn't feel he's got it in the tank to get out of the corner. So he's having a bit more successes, Linus.
Lovely shot.
Denny's still very dangerous when he's in the corner because he's swinging.
Not to go down. Absolutely, Linus has taken. Oh, he took one there.
That was a good backhand from Denny there, lifted Linus' head.
He's taken a bit of punishment, but he's not.
Doesn't look phased.
No.
Doesn't look like anything's bothered him. I haven't seen once Linus look like he's affected by what's coming his way. He's still looking very relaxed, I think, to say you're so deep into an English title fight. Good shot there from Denny. Right on the button. Linus trying to draw a lead now with that loose front hand.
Coughing left hand there on the side of Udofia's head from.
Caught Linus a little bit off balance there. He done well to recover. I feel like both fighters are starting to tire now. There's been a few more dead spots this round and a little bit more thinking time.
Udofia is really whipping those shots in.
The downstairs, the body shots.
I was just about to say, I feel like the body shots are his better shots at the moment.
Like I said on the earlier fight, I mean, I feel like he's doing the sensible thing and investing in the body. He's been throwing to the body early doors and he's carried it on right the way through, hoping
especially with a mobile opponent.
Yeah,
you
of course. Slow him down, suck a little bit out of him and make your job easier in the later rounds. Again, this is, I think Denny looks like he's catching a bit of a second wind. He's starting to box and move, trying to throw and then get half a pace out, let Linus throw and retaliate. It's another, I think that's a hard round to score. It's a bit of a 50-50 round again.
You can make an argument for Denny in that one, certainly.
Yeah, it's, that was a hard round to score. They both had each other pinned on the ropes at certain points. Linus is for obviously a longer period of time, but another good round.
Well, we're well and truly into the final stretch of this English middleweight title fight. 3 rounds to go. Were Denny to win these next 2 rounds, is it all to fight for in the last round?
It would make it a lot tighter. I'd say maybe he's had 1 or 2 rounds won so far with and a drawn round. I'd make if Denny can win these next few rounds, it makes it all to play for in round 10. Both lads doing good things, separate things, turning out to be a great fight. But tiredness and how they've built themselves up for this fight is now going to play a big part in these later rounds.
Linus, of course, against Darren Cardona in that Southern Area title fight, it went 7 rounds. So how many 8-rounders he's had off the top of my head, I'm not sure, but this could well be the longest he's gone in a fight.
Well, I'd say, I didn't watch it live, but the Darren Cardona fight, he wasn't presenting Linus with this many problems at this stage in the fight. He had lost the fight, he was done, he was taking a beating. Denny's still hanging in there and he's still showing he's got something about him, he's still posing problems.
Yeah, he's a former champion, area champion himself. Tyler Denny, Midlands area middleweight champion. Both men have fought for titles before. This isn't a new experience to them.
But it doesn't get any easier.
Speaking from experience, of course.
Yeah. Oh, he's out in the body shot now, I think. Denny's looking hurt.
The crowd have picked up.
I think Tyler
left uppercut off the ropes, and another one from Denny.
I didn't see the shot. I think it was a right body shot from Linus Udofia, and it's whacked Denny on the ribs, and it's hurting a bit there.
It's encouraged Denny to.
But he's recovered.
Run down to the solar plexus.
Again, well, how many more hard rounds are we going to get to score here?
We could see another Dylan Kumari where everybody sees it differently.
I don't think we're quite at that stage yet. I'd say Linus is still ahead, but you know, Denny's not been a walkover, has he?
Ruled a slip.
Ruled a slip.
I have to say
that doesn't happen often.
No, I can understand Tyler Denny's frustration there, because that did look like a legitimate knockdown. I'm sorry to say for Linus Udofia's fans who are unhappy about that ruling, or happy about it rather.
It's clear to me that it's obviously rolled Denny up, because Denny's come straight back, letting his hands go, looking to try and almost lovely backhand from Denny there as I was speaking, but he's that's got him a bit between the teeth there.
That was the first time in the fight I've seen Udofia look shaken, look a little bit out of his comfort zone.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he did slip. There was a slip of the foot, but if contact is made from the opponent glove and you slip, that's not the opponent's fault. You go down as a knockdown.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit shocked by that. Mark Lyson's done
referee's decision at the end of the day.
Yeah, and he's done Linus a favour there, because I mean, legitimately it should have been a knockdown. Good round. Great round. And still
he might be smiling and friendly outside the ring, Linus, but he's a bit of a killer, isn't he?
Well, you've got to be. You know what I mean? It's your job. Your job is you don't get put there to cuddle each other, do you? You're in there to do a job. Nobody means to hurt anybody, but your job is to get in there, get the win, and move on to the next peg of your career. It's a very, very short career.
Marcus, our director there, just expressing his thoughts on the knockdown. He believes it was a knockdown as well.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I like Linus. He's a friend of mine, nice kid, but facts are facts. He got caught with a glove and he did slip. I admit that, but if a glove contacts you, mate, it's a knockdown. It's the way it rolls. Denny started straight away on the front foot.
Yeah, he's going to be angered by that, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's still frustrated. He feels like he should add a point up there.
A 10-8 round then would have really livened this
final
that would,
two up. That would have really rocked the boat. But it could still happen. We don't know what's going to happen in these rounds. They're both letting big shots.
He's known that he can put him down now. Bit of wrestling.
Yeah.
Both men swinging for the fences there.
Still, Linus still trying to throw to the body, which is good to see. Denny's really got the bit between his teeth since that knockdown was waved. You can see that it's frustrated him.
It's given him sort of the impetus. He's realised. Well, not realised, but it's annoyed him, and that's showing in his performance.
Yeah, he's lifted since that slip. He's lifted a bit and he's up the gear.
I was speaking to Ryan Walsh the other week, and he was saying that he knocked out an unbeaten Cuban in his golden contract fight.
Yeah.
And I said to him, when did you know he was beaten? And he said, when he started to foul me. He said, as soon as he fouled me, my game went up 20%.
Yeah, you know that you've got his number. You're in his head then. Nice lad, Ryan.
Oh, what a
big shot.
Linus took that brilliantly, but that was big.
Yeah.
And another one.
Dear me.
Well, Tyler Denny really bringing the fight to Linus Udofia here.
And he's letting the hands
unloading in the corner. Udofia fires back. Backs Tyler Denny up. The crowd have really picked up here at York Hall.
Some big shots going in now. Some real big shots. And you know what?
Udofia whipping that uppercut down the middle.
Testament to Linus Udofia's chin as well. He's took some big shots there and he keeps plodding forward, hands up, still got himself together. A great round this. Probably the best of the fight for me so far.
Agreed. Udofia took those shots wonderfully and then just came straight back at him. Flurry, just trying to open him up, find a way in.
A good lead hand hook then as he come out from Tyler Denny. Linus back on the front foot.
He's shown a lot in this fight, Tyler Denny, hasn't he?
And Linus Udofia.
I've seen Linus before. I've not seen much of Tyler Denny, and he's impressed me.
In all the times you've seen Linus Udofia, you've probably not seen him in a fight this hard.
Absolutely not. I've never seen him in this much. You say trouble. He's never looked like he's about to go, but certainly never seen him caught this much, this cleanly.
He'll learn a lot from this, Linus. He's answered a lot of questions, not just to his friends, fans, and his team, but to himself.
Caught again there with the left hand.
What a great round.
Finding the target well this, but that's a Denny round for me.
Yeah, it's a Denny round for me. Great round, and I give that to Denny. 10-9 Denny, that one.
Final round.
Yeah, could the tide begin to turn? That's going to spur Denny on. Will he come out all guns blazing? He's got to. He's an English title on the line.
It's the kind of fight that makes you wish there was another 2 rounds after this one, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But it also makes you hope that the next fight is very similar.
Yeah, coming up, Southern Area Super Bantam title. That's an interesting one as well.
All title fights are interesting, aren't they? There's so much on the line for both men. Everybody's going to give it 100%, so there's always the potential there for a barnstormer.
It's always interesting because there's always a different motivation for each fighter.
Oh, definitely.
Sometimes you get the guy where I heard O'Hara Davies the other day saying, this is the final run of my career. I know he's only 27, but that's what he's saying, and so he can't afford a loss. But then the young guys who haven't had a loss don't want a loss.
Yeah, of course.
What does each man have to do to take this fight at this point?
I think for Linus Udofia, he's just got to win the round, so be busy, look good, don't get hit too much, don't get stumbled. I think Denny needs to... I think if Denny can put him down and win the round 10-8, I think it makes it a tight score. If not, if he just wins a round, I still think Linus is ahead.
His right hand as he stepped back there from Udofia.
Linus has come out with real intent this round. He's on the front foot. He's trying to force the fight, walking down.
He staggered there.
Massive shot from Denny there.
Denny piles in. Wow.
And another big shot.
Slashing right hand. Udofia recovers and fires back. Wow, this is really exciting stuff as he lands a 1-2 on Denny's chin.
Mate, a great last
round. And he's dipped there, Denny. He's dipped back into the ropes and Udofia goes for the kill. He's got nothing. He looks. He does have something left, just as I open my mouth.
Dear me. This is what boxing's all about, this. Two men putting it on the line, both giving as good as they get. What a fight. What a last round.
Absolutely brilliant entertainment, this.
I said this every round, didn't I? Round of the fight for me.
Oh, that's surely the sign of a good fight. As I say, I just wish there was 2 more rounds. I bet the men in the ring don't, but...
Well, these two will certainly wake up tomorrow morning and know they've earned their money, and one of them earned a title.
Support pipes up around York Hall again. Atmosphere in here tonight has been absolutely exceptional.
You will not find a better venue in British boxing than a packed out York Hall. The atmosphere is unbelievable. Love York Hall.
Denny goes swinging with Linus in the corner. Wow. Again,
last push.
He's taken some real clean shots with intent.
We've got
Linus, and he doesn't look phased. Hasn't dipped like Denny did earlier in this round.
His chin's impressed me, Linus, but we've got about, I'd say, a minute, maybe just under a minute left, and there's some big swinging shots going in.
He's trying to line Denny up there.
That just shows what it means to both boys, the amount of effort they're putting in here, the swinging. They barely can keep their hands up, they're that tired. What a fight.
Good right to the body from Denny there.
And again. Hit Linus there. I wouldn't be surprised if Denny gets this round just because of the clean shots. He's caught Linus with a lot of clean shots, very eye-catching, head's gone back, stumbled him. He might get that round.
I would, if I was scoring, that'd be a Denny round for me.
I haven't been scoring the fight. I've just been enjoying it, watching it, and commenting on it. I think that's going to be tighter than we think. I think Linus has done enough, but I think it's going to be tighter than what the crowd and what we might expect. A great fight. Hats off to both lads and both teams.
Well, I mean, I think I've got Linus in the lead. If it is a close fight, it's just deserves for Tyler Denny, because he finished that fight so strongly.
Oh, he finished well, yeah. He finished very well, and it's never nice being the away fighter and coming into a hostile crowd, being booed and heckled, but he's still gone in there and give Linus the best test he's had up to date, and both lads will have earned a lot from that fight. And whoever wins, hats off to him, a deserved winner. For me, I think Linus pips it. I think it's tighter than we expect, and Linus pips it.
Well, we will hand you over to the MC, who is reading the 3 judges' scorecards. And
how do you see it?
I've got Linus in front, but again, like you, I kind of get distracted in the moment when it's a fight like that, and scores go out the window. I imagine much like the fighters. Game plan goes to pot when you get cracked like that, does it?
No, not really. It does when you get caught. When you get caught in a firefight. When you get caught in a firefight, yeah, you forget where you are for a minute and you go for the blood. But then it's when you get the slap round the mouth when you sit on the stool that it goes all back to plan.
Right.
No shame in that performance from either man.
No, brilliant fight. It's
do you know what?
The slowness of the cards coming to the ring
tells me it's tight. Yeah. I said this again. I said this at the last fight. I'd like to see that again. I said it with the last fight with Liam Dillon and Kamari. That's a fight you can see again.
Yeah.
I'd like to see this again. That was a brilliant fight.
Yeah, whichever way it goes, the winner will think they can win it again, and the loser will think they've seen enough that they can turn it round.
And that is what small hall boxing is all about. All the bad blood's over, look. Cuddle, that's what boxing's about. Gentleman's sport, I've always said it. I think the ref, hats off to the ref as well. He's done a good job in that fight. Let the action flow.
Yeah, I saw a fight the other day where it was a world title fight, and the referee spoiled it. It was dreadful.
Here we are.
Lots of respect from York Hall for that, as you would expect.
Judge Ian John Luke scores the bout 95-95.
Ooh.
Dear me, draw.
Judge Bob Williams scores the bout 96-94. Udofia.
I've got a bad feeling.
It's going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw. I can see it.
Majority decision or draw.
The other one, 96, 94.
Judge Victor Auckland scores the bout 97-94.
Udofia's got it.
In favour of and the new.
Udofia's got it. Majority decision. As you said, Jamie, much closer than we thought.
Yeah. Much tighter than expected. Again, no shame to Tyler Denny. He done a really good job, and he made a fight of it. He made it a hard fight. Linus will tell you himself when he gets out, that is the hardest fight of his career. He's learned a lot from it, and I hope Tyler has too.
I want to see Tyler Denny in the ring again.
Oh, I do, yeah.
Soon. That was an exceptional fight. Where does Linus Udofia go from here for you? Do you want to see him defend this again?
Yes, yeah. I don't think he's ready for the big boys on British scene yet. I don't think he's ready for the big boys yet on the British scene. I think he needs maybe one or two more defences, hone in on a few more skills and abilities, such as just changing the pace of the fight. That fight for Linus is very one-paced. I'd like to see him mix the pace, speed it up, slow it down again, break your man down. Maybe one or two defences, and then he'd be ready for the British titles.
Completely agree. Well, on that note, congratulations, Linus Udofia. Well done, Tyler Denny. That was one hell of a fight. And over to you, Steve Goodwin, for Linus's career.
Yeah, over to you, Mr. Goodwin.